Hey, what's going on? This is Josh Copeland, and you are now watching another episode of The Wind Down. So, tell me how, as a father, as a husband, and as an entrepreneur, how do you juggle it all, man? Like, how do you make it work? Because there's a lot of people, especially me, to be transparent with you, one of my greatest challenges is being like focused and being distracted. Like trying to focus, being distracted. Like I have to like turn off my phone just so that I can get my work done for some clients. But you know, I couldn't imagine at the stage of my life right now being married and having a wife and having 3 kids and you know trying to balance all of that and still be of service to clients and giving them putting your best foot forward. I mean, it takes a special kind of entrepreneur to be able to do that. So how exactly do you manage to do that every single day?
Being an entrepreneur of a family of 5 with 3 kids, married, there's nothing easy about it. Mm-hmm. And the reason why is because you're putting a lot of risk into that. You have to think about it. Being an entrepreneur with no kids, there's risk in it.
Yeah.
You have to sacrifice a lot of time. Being an entrepreneur with 3 kids that have to be fed, there's a rent that has to be paid, a wife that has to be taken care of, a whole family, a whole unit that has to be taught, learned how to grow. It's expensive, it's time consuming, there's nothing easy about it. But it's possible as long as you have people that believe in you. My wife believes in what I do. You know, Nancy and I, we have our ups and downs, but any marriage does, you know. But they've grown up with me. They've seen my struggles. They've seen how much time I spend in editing. They've seen how much time I work in what I'm doing, and they appreciate it. I hope they appreciate it. Yeah. So it makes it easier for me to justify the amount of time that I put into them, you know?
Right.
Because I see the time that I spend doing this as an investment towards them. Mm-hmm. So the time that sometimes I spend in the middle of the night from 12 to 3 working on a video, editing it, uploading it, it's worth the time, man. It's like next week, like for example, I just landed a campaign with Go RV, mm-hmm. and they're gonna pay for a whole week of me to stay in Idlewild, Joshua Tree, and Lake Hemet. They're gonna give me an RV, and I'm just gonna drive around, and we're gonna do a whole video campaign with them, and in exchange, they're gonna pay me, but I'm going to and spend some time with them out in the woods and connecting with them. Mm-hmm. So there's this lifestyle of entrepreneurship with a family as a content creator. You really have to want it. You really have to like it. Mm-hmm. You know, you really have to really appreciate the complexity of it and enjoy it, because if not, you're just gonna end up like losing your mind, dude. That's the truth. Yeah. Everyone's trying to be rich right now. I mean, the gig economy culture right now in the United States, it's so wanted. Why? Because they see all these content creators that are making it, like David Dobrik and mm-hmm. you know, even like all these YouTubers that are making tons of money.
David's awesome.
I met him in person. He's a great guy. I met him twice.
Would love to have you on the show, man. Sip some wine with your boy, Josh.
I met him and Liza Koshy before they broke up, and they're good people.
But Liza, you too. I mean, I'll have you guys separate episodes.
Right, on the side of the couch. You in the middle.
So Liza. So David.
No, but the point is that these YouTubers, they do have a very rare lifestyle that people would want. Look what's happening now. Okay, you have the economy going ups and downs with COVID and all this stuff, quarantine.
Yep.
You got people losing businesses. You got people losing jobs. You got people losing mom and pop restaurants because, you know, unfortunately, some of these companies never invested the time in learning about digital footprint and digital media. Mm-hmm. But then you got these YouTubers who are thriving right now,
right?
Because they've built an audience online that has been there all these years, like David Dobrik, like me, you know, that figure out a way to finesse the social media world and create a space to generate and monetize, mm-hmm. and also do what you love. So guess what's happening with Hollywood right now? There are no movies being made right now.
Right.
Theaters are closing down.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening to all these actors? What's happening to all the actresses?
Yeah.
They're becoming content creators. They're becoming YouTubers.
But
they're becoming influencers. But you know what they don't have?
Huh.
They don't have the community behind them.
Nope.
They don't have the authenticity that is required to sustain, you know, because they don't have a team unless they have a team.
Yeah.
You know? But like, it's so attractive to want to become an entrepreneur, but nobody wants to do the work.
It's crazy that you mentioned that, because I remember seeing something on I was watching the Steven Crowder episode, and he was talking about that, how they got all these people who had all these cameras and all this other stuff. They're used to having a team, but now that with COVID, they have to go and they have to actually, like, you know, they have to put their money where their mouth is, and they can't do it. Like, their stuff isn't good. You got a lot of actors out there who, you know, they're so used to having teams, and you're having somebody teach them how to pose and what to say and what to act. You put them out in a spotlight, and they're actually not as good as they say they are. You got a bunch of content creators who are used to doing with that, who are used to connecting, who are used to being transparent, like you, like David Dobrik, like Lisa Koshy, like all these people who are amazing. And they,
but even then, bro, some of these YouTubers they're not three-dimensional people. Some of them are. The majority of the YouTubers that I met, they're very introverts. They enjoy being recorded, just like how we are, but that's it. Outside of their room, when they get to meet people, they don't even know what to do. They don't know how to interact. They don't know how to create dialogue. They don't know how to discuss. They don't know how to talk, because they haven't developed people skills. You know what I mean? So
because it's used to talking to themselves.
Yeah, so it's a hit or miss. It really comes down to, I think, in the spirit of entrepreneurship, right? If you want to become an entrepreneur, whether you want to go into digital media, or you want to build you want to buy land, or you want to develop, whatever it is, it's one common denominator, man. You have to have really good people skills. Mm-hmm. You have to learn how to be. You have to want and yearn, and you want to learn how to have human connection with people. If you don't, you better have a good business model, or you better have the right people around you to be the human for you. Mm-hmm. Because that's what it is. It's about having a genuine human connection. I can't express to you how many times I've met celebrities and content creators and people in my world that don't know how to talk to you in person. Mm-hmm. They can't even make eye contact with you, man. They don't even know how to talk to you in person. I've been to so many after parties and so many VidCons and so many events where they don't know how to connect with people. Right. And then they say they connect with people on social media, but they don't know how to do it in real life.
That is so disappointing.
You know?
That's like meeting an actor who's been acting a specific character, and then you find out that they're totally opposite from the character that they've been acting for years.
You'd be surprised how much that happens. In fact, I've actually seen that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. Adam Sandler was one of them. He was very nice when in film, but you can tell he's not gonna open up to you if he doesn't know you. You know, he keeps to himself, his private life. You know,
right? Of course,
you're gonna meet people like that all the time, man. And that's why I'm going back to my children. If my children want to thrive, they have to have good people skills. This is why I go back to the fundamentals. Mm-hmm. You gotta teach them how to have good rapport. You gotta teach them how to build their own business. You gotta teach them how to be very relatable, connectable, you know, receptive. Basic fundamental human skills that we should be teaching our kids, man. Honor, you know, palabra, which means like, you know, having giving your word, you know, stuff like that. That's the key, bro. Like, that's the key. I feel like that's the spirit of entrepreneurship.
You know what I really respect about entrepreneurship is that with a 9-to-5 job, you can like it and still get paid and get away with it and all that sort of stuff. But with entrepreneurship, you have to love it. Otherwise, you will not succeed. You have to be all about it. You have to give it your all. Because
it's a passion project.
It's a passion project.
It's a passion project.
It's a passion project. I almost love wine as much as I love copywriting. And
you put them together.
I put them together, man. I mean, I'm not writing right now. I wrote all day, and I'm kind of tired, and that's why I have you here to keep me company. You know, no, I'm just kidding. Not really, but I love what you said about entrepreneurship, dude, because I've met a couple of entrepreneurs myself, And it seems to me like, you know, I guess like because I'm kind of like I'm able to connect to people on a real level because I open up first, and it's so refreshing to meet entrepreneurs, and there's no front, there's no like, oh, you're a fan and I'm, you know, it's like, no, like, hey bro, like honestly I had a rough day too, you know, like to get that from someone like, well, like the RealityChangers, or you know, like, you know, I'm sure David Dobrik or Lisa Koshy, you know, like those kind of people, that is cool, because then you realize, wow, like these people really are regular people. And if you can get it from high-end celebrities like Adam Sandler, or you know, people who are out there, like I remember I seen like a video with Natalie Portman, and she had did this this song with
she's so pretty, by the way.
Yeah, freaking gorgeous.
Woo.
She's tiny.
I'm allowed to say that because my wife and I, we're allowed to say that about celebrities.
Oh, dude, well, I'll tell you what, to make it even, I'll have Nancy on the show too, and she could talk about how
she's a good. My wife is, and I'm gonna say this on camera, she's a hell of a good woman.
I think Nancy's amazing.
Not because if I don't say it and I go home and I don't say it, she's gonna probably put me in the couch. No, I'm saying like she has taught me to unlearn and relearn certain things about myself and certain things about each other that no one has ever been able to do. And I think that, and I always tell her, because she doesn't believe me, but she does have the spirit of an entrepreneur, man. The way she speaks to me, the way she speaks to our children, the way she speaks to her friends, the way she cares about her friends. You know?
Oh yeah.
So I feel like that I married the right woman because she believes in her own voice.
Yeah.
If you want to become an entrepreneur, you have to believe in your own voice. You have to be passionate, bro. You have to be passionate about. If you want to talk about wine, you have to be passionate about it. You have to be passionate about storytelling and the culture of it.
Of course.
And I mean, you know, and I mean, we talked about this already, about like how important it is to dig deeper, not just like at a surface level, but if you want to go and transcend, you got to go in deeper.
Yeah, dude, that's the whole point of the wine, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I can get you on your best behavior if we weren't drinking right now. But here you are with me right now, picking it.
I just want to say I love you, man. This wine is so good.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. No, I really will have Nancy on the show.
Yeah, she'd probably say she'd be down. She'd be down.
Yeah, I get it, dude. I think having somebody in your corner that really understands what you do. Like my girlfriend, her name's Monica. She's you know Monica. She's samba dancer. She's amazing.
I've seen some of your guys' videos, man. You guys are both. I mean, I've always known you've been a good dancer, but then you found someone who you can dance with.
Dude, Monica's so freaking dude, and she's hot too. Hell yeah, dude. She's freaking dope. And you know, I just. She's one of those girls that doesn't realize how amazing she is yet. Well, she does. I'm gonna have to watch out.
She's a match waiting to be lit.
Yeah, and it's crazy because she's a giant match, and so when that flame sparks, like, watch out, world. I hope you know, like the whole world is a forest.
That's another thing too about entrepreneurship, right?
Yeah.
Finding people that are like-minded like you, finding people that care about your vision, that support your vision, that increase your vision and enhance it.
Yeah, you know, I don't even think being an entrepreneur is all that special. I just feel like when
it's a fancy ass word, dude.
It is, but you know, it's just a buzzword. But the truth is, I think that entrepreneurs are more or less people who just don't want to fit in with the status quo. You know, having a 9-to-5 job and going to college for 4 to 8 to 12 years, collecting debt, and then getting married, and then, you know, working until you die. That's cool, I guess, for some people, but not for everybody.
Not for everybody.
And people who want to do something different, who want to zag while everybody zigs, they get judged for it. I think people who want to zag while everybody else zigs, they're cool. And I honestly, I just think that's what entrepreneurs are. They just have to be relentless with what they are and what their passions are, because if they're not, the 99% of the rest of the world is going to strip that dream from them and then place their expectations on them. And like, no, like, you don't need to be freaking making content and creating. You need to work a job, and you need to, work 40 years and get a pension and, retire off of 40% of your, you need to do that because that's the right thing to do. You need to get married. You need to have kids.
That's the way we were taught.
Yeah, of course. But, I mean, that's not
true.
That's not everybody. Anyway, so tell me about, I hear you're coming up with a new show right now. Tell me about Highs and Lows.
So for the past couple of years, I've been on Facebook Live with my kids doing this like random show where I check in with my audience and I talk to them and I ask them, hey, what are your highs of the week and what are your lows of the week? That actually came from the nonprofit.
The Wind Down.
The Wind Down, right? No, right? It came from a nonprofit called the RealityChangers. When we go into the program, it was like this at-risk youth program. After school, I would go to the program and learn about SAT words, and it's one of the best programs in San Diego, in my opinion. And I learned we did the highs and lows. It's just a very simple, creative way to check in with people.
Yeah.
You're positive, something positive happened in your life, and something that you're struggling with, your lows. So I was like, hey, why don't I start a show and invite people to share their highs and lows? What's going on with the world, right now, especially right now, what's going on. I was like, this is the perfect time, man. People need to check in with their mental health, bro. Like, there's so many people scared about what's going on with COVID and quarantine and people losing their businesses. I'm like, let's talk about it.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So I would love to have you on the show.
Oh, I'll be there. I'm already there waiting on you, honestly.
And just share what's going on with you. Like, what's your high of the week? What's your low of the week? Because people forget, man. We're just, this is life, bro. Mm-hmm. Life is a high and low, And
that's so cool because there are so many people that need to be checked up on. Nobody cares to check on them. With a show like this, you know what I mean? With a show like Highs and Lows, you'll give them that
space.
That space to just be vulnerable and just be, and they'll be super grateful for that.
And that's all it is. Sometimes all people need is space. That's all we need. A little bit of space to talk about what we're going through. And that will mean the difference between you getting depressed or getting an anxiety attack or closing in, man. I got so many of my homies right now, and we got homies right now that are struggling with their mental health that need space to talk about stuff. I got a homie of mine that went homeless for 2 years, man. And time went by so fast I didn't even realize it. I actually feel guilty because I haven't hit him up, man. I actually talk to him again, see how he's doing. But
I'm sure he knows you're busy, and
I'm sure he knows, but I've been a bad friend too, and I gotta recognize that too. But I feel like this show is gonna help me kind of also reconnect with some of my old friends too, give them the voice and give people a space to just chat and check in with me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's something I've been doing once a week right now on my personal page. I was thinking of, and I blast it everywhere. I post it on Instagram, I post it on Facebook, I post it on YouTube. I post on my personal Facebook because I have different audiences and different platforms and they think differently. But I feel like people deserve to really share, man. People just need a little bit of time. That's all it is.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's awesome, man. That's freaking awesome, dude.
No, I'm happy to be here, dude. Thank you so much for having me here. I think, again, sometimes I need space to talk. Sometimes I need space to share my own stories, and it's sometimes I don't really talk. I don't really like talk about it. I don't really like talking about what I've been through because there's a lot to unpack.
Of course, dude.
But when it comes to educating our audience about entrepreneurship and teaching them to be very open about what they've been through, especially look, if you're gonna become an entrepreneur, you have to understand that there's a mental health part that you have to consider.
Of course,
the mental health component. Mm-hmm. It is very difficult to go against the grain. The traditional work, 9 to 5, get your picket fence, you want to make a living out of a certain type of way of living. But if you want to become an entrepreneur, you have to get ready for that 12 to 3 a.m. job. You have to get ready for those long nights. You have to get ready. It doesn't always have to be that way, but you have to be prepared to get very uncomfortable and to learn to transcend and to evolve. And it's scary to grow. It's scary to get uncomfortable. It's scary to handle that feeling because nobody can, not everyone can handle it, man. And then you get into addictions, you get into bad habits, like sleeping late too. That's another problem too. Like I barely learned. I gotta stop sleeping late, bro. Mm-hmm. It's starting to mess with my mind. I was a kind of editor because I also edit my own videos. I edit, I produce my own stuff, dude. I do everything by myself, bro. It's ridiculous. Like everything that's happening in here, you don't understand how hard it is to edit. It's like ridiculous. Like I can already imagine these guys' heads. Like whoever's gonna edit this video is like, oh shit, 45 minutes of video. Like that's a long time, bro. That's a long time. That's a lot of editing.
Right. But at the same time, though, George. I mean, Jorge. Sorry, excuse me. Star Barrel, you know. But honestly, dude, like, I mean, it probably helps to outsource people that you trust. You know.
Yes.
You know,
and you're familiar with that.
I'm very familiar with that.
And
I mean,
that's
I can't do it on my own.
I outsourced a lot, but I'm also very selfish. I don't like other people carrying my babies. You know, like my baby, like my editing. I like editing my own stuff.
Yeah,
you feel me? I don't like other people editing my own stuff.
Yeah,
because they don't got my vision. But when you find the right editors and you find the right team, that's magic, bro. Like magic, man. I'm writing music right now.
Yeah, and
I'm also writing a book. I'm writing an anthology. I didn't realize that word was something I could use too. I'm actually writing an anthology. And I wrote 2 scripts already, and I performed them yesterday in class, and I made people shake.
Really?
I made a story about I wrote a story about a guy who has been in a mental institution for a long time. He doesn't know why, but he's been medicated all by a doctor. And he doesn't know why. And one day he wakes up and says, "Why am I still here?" And it's like Shutter Island meets the Joker.
Holy fluff! That
and
sounds
I didn't
depressing.
even realize I wrote it. I didn't even realize I had it in me until I made time and space to write it.
Yeah.
I'm in a book class now, and I'm excited about it. I wrote this story while my son was napping. I wrote the whole story by myself, bro. I didn't even realize I had it in me. So there's a lot more. This is going back to the spirit of entrepreneurship. You never know what you're unpacking, bro. Like entrepreneurs got a lot of stuff up their sleeves, man. You got a lot of stuff up your sleeve. I got a lot of stuff up my sleeve.
Yeah. And
when you realize it, like, damn, I got more, man. I got more. I know you feel that way. When you started this project, you're probably like, yes, I got more to say. I got more to do.
Yeah, so, I mean, Jason Capital, my mentor, he always talks about like how your life is actually like an onion, and you're always unwrapping the layers. And he would tell me, like, he's like, dude, you're not even like close to your core yet. And I'd be like, what? I'm a copywriter. He's like, nah, you're just getting started. And so then that's when this wind down came down. I was like, this is like a perfect opportunity to add more value to more people, and to have you on here and to feel comfortable enough to share and be transparent with me and drink wine with me. I mean, that right there, I think is a blessing in itself, and I really, really appreciate it. And the fact that you can tell these stories about how you're just unwrapping your onion and how you're opening up and writing books and helping all these people. I mean, dude, you realize you're changing realities as you live. That's so dope.
You just do it. You just keep going. That's what it is. You don't focus on doing it. You just go. You go. Life is way too short. You got to keep going, man. Yeah. People are dying left or right over COVID and diseases. The older we get, we're starting to feel sore in certain ways. You got uncles who are getting diseases and they're getting sick, and you got family members. My mom almost died from breast cancer.
Yeah.
And that woke me up and made me realize, bro, I really have to follow my dreams. We are only in this earth for just so long. That's it, man. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we got. What are we gonna do after that?
Die.
Nothing. Die. And who knows? Maybe there's more after. I mean, obviously, if you're a spiritual person, you'll go to heaven, or hell, or whatever.
But I hope not hell.
You know, right? But like, my point is I think 7 generations ahead now. Like, my actions are based on affecting my future, my children, teaching them to change the world. You know?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Change reality.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to share with the audience, like a message that you could share with any inspiring entrepreneur, or people who want to be entrepreneurs but are too scared to share their vision or their dreams or their passions? What would you like to say?
I think the most important thing is to really believe in your message and stick to it, and be open to growth as long as you recognize that growth. Because in the process of focusing on your vision is going to change. It's going to expand. So if it starts like this, I want to be a firefighter when I grow up, and then you grow up and you're like, no, I want to be this now, and then you grow up and you start realizing your horizon is expanding. I think if you're open to seeing your horizon expanding, you're gonna see more. You're gonna see a lot more that you can do. I feel like in my, like all the stuff that I've learned in my life, I now see a lot more that I can do. I can write, I can edit, I can take really good photos with really good bokeh, really good aperture. I can storytell pretty well. I can speak in public. I can be present as a father. And it takes a lot of skill, a lot of patience to do all that at the same time, wear many hats. But I feel like it's all teaching you one thing. It's teaching you to connect with people better, you know. And I think as long as you're open-minded about it, you just have to keep your heart open. That's all.
That is freaking amazing. I hope you guys got a ton of value out of that. If people want to, you know, you're already like a rock star on YouTube, but if anybody who just is watching this for the first time wanted to find you, where can they find you?
You can find me on social media as @RealityChangers. And you could just share, man. I mean, I'm not just another guy, dude. I'm just trying to make it happen. That's all.
That's all we are. Regular people.
Yeah.
You're just kicking it, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dog. Jorge Navaez, thank you so much.
Track star.
Oh, that's what they used to call me, track star. Because I was out here burning up every single track I ran on in high school.
What was your fastest mile?
4:27.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm about to go home and cry now. I was at 4:55.
Ha!
We got longer legs than I do.
Oh, well, I'm black too. No, I'm just kidding.
He's black too. That's an advantage I get, apparently.
It's not. I mean, they used to, you know what they say about black people, that we had an extra bone back before, like back when it was Jesse.
You have an extra
Owens.
bone.
Yeah, Jesse Owens.
An advantage.
Yeah, that's why they freaking that's the reason why he won, is because he had an extra bone, and that's the reason why he was able to win the Olympics, because he was not normal.
I think it comes down to parenting.
That and it really, you know what? It's funny.
Parenting and determination.
People,
but that's a whole other conversation.
Definitely whole other conversation. But to be honest with you, here's my message to the audience: is that you can rely on your talent, you can rely on your ethnicity, you can rely on your nationality, you can rely on your natural God-gift talent. But the truth is that hard work will overcome anything. Hard work is what does it for you. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, a woman, a man, a freaking elephant. If you want
put in the work.
If you want something, put in the freaking work.
Put
It
in
doesn't
the work.
matter. It doesn't matter. Like, if you want it that bad, then you need to be the best at it. Not better than anybody else. Be better at it. Better than you were yesterday at that thing, and you will have the power.
Yeah.
Do the thing, and you will have the power. I forgot who said that. That's a legit quote.
Do your best to stay away from addictions. That's definitely something that I think entrepreneurs are known for. And I think it's extremely important to recognize when there's an addiction in your life, that you focus on your goals, man, because addictions can really narrow down your goals.
Yeah, man. Stay away from wine, because I hear wine is like the most addictive thing. Can't shake it.
Yeah. I'm just kidding, man. Thank you for having me, dude.
Oh.
Can't even drink wine properly, bro. You're choking on yourself. Choking on your own show,
You
man.
made me laugh.
Man.
Oh my gosh. Jorge Navaez, everybody. Thank you so much. If you guys have any other celebrities that you want on the show, feel free to put it in put it in the comments, DM me. If you want, go ahead and subscribe and like and share this video, because I tell you what, we're going to have more amazing guests like this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to top Jorge Navaez, but I promise you I will definitely try. Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Wind Down. My name is Joshua Copeland, and I will see you soon.